Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to show you a book that is like brand new that I acquired in a recent lot that I purchased. And there were two of them, one of which I gave to my 3-year-old granddaughter, soon to be 4. And her papa, my son, is a U.S. Postal Service worker. He works for the United States Post Office. And since she's been about 2, we've taught her how to address envelopes, how to write letters, how to use letter writing as a form of communication and as a form of gratitude for gifts, to write thank you notes and things like that. So she loves to communicate via letter. And when I saw these 2 books in that lot, I was so excited, and I took one to her yesterday, but it's just darling. It is a darling book, and I have one left, and it's for sale, but it may already have been sold by the time you see this video. And if that's the case, this is from the Disney Press, and you can purchase this from probably a Barnes & Noble or even online, Amazon, eBay, somewhere like that. Just search for Dear Princess. And it's a book about receiving and responding to letters that have been delivered to you. I thought it was so cute because it has all these different little personalized seals and stamps. We have the glass slipper. You can guess who that's for, with the pumpkin. And you have the trident and the seashell. That's going to come from under the sea. Then we have the arrow, and I guess that's the wind for Princess Meridia. The book, who had the passion for books, and that flower that was losing its petals, Beauty and the Beast. And then, of course, that little frog and the beignets. That is Princess Tatiana, who started her own restaurant from nothing. Okay, and this is Once Upon a Time, and you can see these letters and the ribbons and the royal crown and the castle, and it's already exciting. You've got the heart and a little bird delivering the mail, and this is to a dear princess. Now, it goes through, and I want to show you the sample. It's addressed, and you can talk to your child about the return address is who the person is from, and then this address right here is to the recipient. Who is it to? This is to Princess Cinderella, and that of course is her stamp with this glass slipper. But as you open it, there's something very interesting that I also want to talk about today. That is this seal. And each person, or especially royalty, had their own seal and their stamp. And so that would give you the understanding of who your letter was from. And then you would open it and get your personal message. But the very, very fun thing about these letters is at the end of this entire book, after you see what each person wrote to who and what they had to say, and it's really humorous along the way, you get one final letter. And on that letter, this is the last one, you write your child's name right here, so you can say to, and then they recognize their name. This letter is written to them, and it contains advice from all of the princesses, and each one is so personalized. The top 10 pieces of advice from the princess. Respect your curfew. That's from Cinderella. That makes sense, right? And then each one gives their own little advice, and you can read the book and find out what the princesses will send to your child because it's going to be personalized and they'll recognize their name. How delightful is this book? Oh my goodness. My granddaughter loved it. And we talked about this in so much detail before, at the beginning and at the end. We talked about the stamps and who each stamp was to, writing thank you letters and responding to letters that you receive in the mail. And it's a form of communication that we want to keep alive, writing letters. And how many of you enjoy getting a letter in the mail? But can you imagine if it had the little seal on it? I just want to let you know that you can make your own seal. You can make your child their own seal. And all you need to do is, I think you can just get on Amazon, or you can go to Hobby Lobby if you want to pick your own. I'm sure they have a selection, or Michael's. And then you can even pick the color of wax sticks that you would like. Mine happens to be a P, which is my initial. And I'll show you how it works. It's so simple. I'm going to choose the color, well, I'll choose the color silver. This one that I made as a sample is gold. So let's try silver. So you write your letter. This makes letter writing fun and artistic. And then you shut it, and of course you seal it. And you may want to use just a little sponge. If I have a whole bunch of letters, like Christmas cards, I'll use a little damp sponge instead of manually moistening these. Okay, so we're going to use silver, and you get your lighter. And of course, you're not going to turn your child loose with a lighter, I hope. But you're going to supervise them or do this exactly for them. They can help. It's just to the level of whatever they can do. You can have them hold this. It's not a huge flame. And what you're going to do is you're just going to let that lit wax stick, you're going to let it drip in one place. And it takes a minute. It's dripping one little drip at a time. And if you get it off of, out of your area a little bit, just you can kind of scoot your stick over to incorporate that splash. And you want to have a size of pool of hot wax, but you don't want to take too long, or this is going to cool off and you're not going to get a good stamp. Okay, so here we go. We're about there. And mine is about the size of probably a little size of a nickel. Blow this out. Set that right there. Take our stamp. You want to make sure it's the direction that you want it to be. If it has a direction, if it's just a design, it won't matter. But mine, it does matter, and my P needs to be upright. And you stamp down right in the middle and just stamp it really hard. And the wax will kind of come out around the edges. And then you lift your stamp like so. And look, you have a silver stamp. Last one was gold. And as I said, they have different colors of wax sticks. I mean, it's only limited by your access and imagination, because you can get on Amazon and order all day long, or eBay or Etsy. Probably even companies that make their own. I like mine, it has a wood handle, and then this part is brass. And I've had this for years. It's almost vintage. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you will go out and get this book for your daughter or granddaughter or niece or yourself. It's really sweet. Thank you so much for being with us and watching today. And stay tuned for our next video. We appreciate you so much. Have a blessed day. Come back soon.